Wait,
actually.
live? You mean like?
Yeah.
We've been broadcasting this whole time?
No, we're
No.
live now.
No.
They
Oh,
just
shit.
went live.
It's not like we were talking about anything beforehand. You said that with the you said that with the tone of someone who's afraid of something having come out. It's like, oh no, you can't let people know we were talking about that.
Well, yeah. Just think of what they would think about us.
Man. You're lucky I'm not
Albeit
deranged
assume.
enough to do something Pokey would do.
Oh God, no.
Okay, Fluff, the general rule of thumb is if it sounds like something Pokey would do, don't do it. Only Pokey can do that. And
It's
get away
true.
with it.
Because only Poke is unhinged enough to do it.
And get away with it.
Alright, I've
True.
sent you all
Because-
the stream together in Twitch.
Because anyone else, it's like if Pokey does it, it's like, oh well, it's Pokey, so everyone just kind of like lets it go.
Hello, everyone.
I don't feel like that should be a thing. I feel like we should.
And yet,
Make
that
more of
is
a scene.
often how it goes.
Look, Pokey says some unhinged ass shit.
Like truly unhinged.
I still think the placenta thing was the weirdest thing I've heard.
You know what? I don't even want to know.
You know, I don't blame you for that.
Yeah. All I need is to drag Fluff in.
What a thing
Grab
I want
the-
to get on.
Grab that dog by the scruff and drag.
Hey, what happens in the tavern stays in the tavern.
That's me.
Twice we're not
Oh,
in the
I
tavern.
mean,
We're in
Have
the
you
middle of
seen
the
Smiths?
fucking
it's not in the
Feywild.
tavern.
Hey, in Snowstream, we're in a tavern.
Yeah.
Oh, right, true. Okay.
Th-
I
th- This
assume
this is my little like
Ugh.
season 1 backdrop.
Oh God.
Boys, I don't know if you know this. You're about to meet Queen Titania. We're not in a tavern.
Uh-oh.
And you're not even wearing any pants.
Oh no!
I doubt
Then
that's
you wake
going
up
to be much
and it
of
was
a problem.
all a dream.
Pokey and placenta. Thank you for the water, Rain Sandu. Hello.
Twitch, that is a very strange notification to give me.
What did
What?
it give you?
Wait, who? Yeah, Queen-
It's at the bottom of Twitch, it's popped up with save your 28 stream streak by watching live. I'm watching live.
you know. I should
Like, I
probably
don't know
watch
what
all
it
the other
wants from
episodes.
me.
You know, we're in the this is why I do my recap, so that if people are kinda dropping in a little out of order, I'd still catch everyone up to speed.
Wait, what other episodes? That's what I was asking earlier. We've been streaming this?
Of course. 17 times.
Oh shit.
You've interacted with chat several of those times.
Oh, I thought those were just the voices in my head.
I can never pay attention to D&D. I am sorry. It's okay. And if you ever want to pay
think I've-
attention to D&D, I have all of the VODs on YouTube.
I don't think I have ever seen Crazy pay attention to anything.
Understandable.
Only a 62 streak. Sag.
I am also bad at
Only
paying attention to
62.
things.
Child's play.
Well, Vice, you know, you say that, but we don't have a counter for Vice wasn't paying attention.
Oh, thank God.
There is, however, one person.
Huh?
I can't imagine who that would be.
We
One
do have a
person.
we do have a counter.
Oh,
for
yeah.
one person.
The
For
cloudy
Cloudy?
counter.
Yeah.
Cloudy
The cloudy,
counter.
the cloudy counter.
I wasn't paying attention.
I think one of my favorite times was when I think Golden was telling Cloudy, so he goes, huh? It's like, Cloudy! It's like, sorry, I wasn't listening. It's like, yeah, we know. And then he told me again. It's like, he's like, sorry, what? I was like, I'm not telling you a third time.
You know, after
Yeah,
a certain point, you just gotta give up.
I don't repeat myself anymore.
Or any less.
Hey, how hard could it be to repeat yourself? once?
355
forgot.
streak. Strobe, you almost had a
Attention,
Yeah, I got
year.
a 355 in the Zen Fen friend
Okay.
chat.
God damn.
Zen Fen.
Zen Fen friend chat.
I admire the dedication.
Oh, thank you, Conan. Thank you for sparing some time from waiting on the steps for your father to
wanted to-
return.
Try and say
God
buzz,
damn.
buzz. Hi, Cornet.
Look, Cornet's waiting for the milk.
Oh,
He's only
So
been
he'll-
waiting for
Never gave
25
us drink
years.
till
It'll be
recently.
like
Oh my
Yeah,
the
that's
next
weird
day
like that for some reason.
or two. It has to be.
Well, thank you for being here
any
now.
day now, he says.
Win Chandler.
I mean, by the time he gets back, I don't think it'll be milk anymore. I think it'll be cheese.
Got my fucking
Oh.
Reds, the Marlboro Reds.
Weird that it comes in like a milk container. That's like really weird branding.
Marlboro milk.
No.
No, Marlboro
Uh,
Reds are cigarettes.
I was gonna say, I thought you were saying it was weird branding to have it look like milk or something.
500
Just imagine like cigarette flavored milk.
Awful.
Cigarette flavor. You know, I've heard of smoked cheese, but I don't think that's what they meant. But maybe I was wrong. Cigarette. It's just cheese
I'm
filled
the
with
bad guy
cigarette
here.
butts.
There's just a wheel of cheese, and it's got one of those like French like cigarette holders, just like impaled into it.
It's a
Eh,
cigarette.
ew.
It's cheese shaped like a cigarette, like an ashtray.
God.
That's fucking vile.
Milk flavored cigarettes. Then again, you're already
Calcium
like
in every
inhaling
puff.
formaldehyde and tar, so I doubt you're gonna notice.
Parmesan Marlboros.
They're trying to
delicious.
they're trying to like corner a segment of the market.
Yeah, you know, they're losing out on all the like fucking candy flavored vapes and everything, so they gotta bring something new to the table.
Oh yeah, by going with Parmesan. Yeah, that's really the alternative.
Oh my god, Tynan. Oh no. We love Cloudy the Derp. We do.
Man, kids these days love all these like sweet flavors and everything. What should we do to cash in on this market? I know.
Taps forehead Parmesan.
Kids these days, they all love their parm. You know, they just can't get enough of it.
Blue cheese cigars. Mwah.
Ew.
Anybody want some
Ew.
menthol
Delicious.
flavored candy canes?
Fuck off. No, that's nasty.
I should probably add this one to my favorites.
It really makes you feel like you're smoking it.
Ooh, this one looks good.
See, I'm not interested in smoking, so no thanks.
I mean, you think I am?
Yeah, this is a pretty cave
You're the one
world.
trying to pitch it.
I wasn't idle mining, but I'm like,
Well,
I
somebody
want
has
to
to
find
have
something
it.
more Feywild coded. Oh god. They'll pop up in front of my face that I can't get rid of.
I'm allowed to endorse bad
Smoked
I'm making them myself.
provolone vape.
Smoky flavors for your smoky desires.
Tactical cheese! Hello, Bane.
Cheese.
Provolone vape.
Yeah, this is Feywild coded, right?
Peanut butter bacon sandwich. Fair. You know what? Fair enough.
Oh, that sounds good.
That does sound
I
good.
know Bane.
Did I ever tell you about the heretic sandwiches
In
that
a
we make at
mood
my house?
tonight. Ooh,
No.
Yes.
What kind of mood?
The fucking. Yeah,
I
never
am
mind.
pink.
So
I'm
it's a
gone
breakfast
pink. I am
sandwich.
pink.
It's made of bacon, grilled pineapple, grilled
But I know
apple,
what
and
you
maple
mean.
syrup.
What did
And
I
one of my roommates who loves peanut butter, but peanut butter on his. I didn't personally, but I could kind of see it working, but I feel like it just works better with maple
Oh,
syrup.
Cloudy, we were talking about you.
I think
Yeah, we're making fun of you in public, in front of everyone.
Say that.
In front of everyone. But it's okay. Now that you're here, we won't do it again.
Vice wasn't paying attention, and we're like, "Oh yeah, we actually made a counter for Cloudy."
Hope I didn't miss anything. We have not started yet. We're just kind of talking while we Get in the mindset.
And last night we were commenting on the fact that Cloudy put together this like group chat with this group of us that number one, all but one of us are at least 5 years older than Cloudy. As
Red
well as
Robin.
it's
Yeah, I've
just
been to a Red
like
Robin. Yum.
as well as it's just like all we do is bully Cloudy.
Oh, we also bully Lil.
Well, okay, but that's
Yeah, but
that's
that's
just
like
a given.
Water's wet.
Yeah.
Strobe,
That's
that
another
is
news.
three
Water's
a
wet.
3-pound sandwich. Like it doesn't matter what's on it if
Yeah.
it's 3 pounds. I think I'm
3-pound
good.
Sandwich.
You'll ever hear the Fool's Gold pound of oh my god.
Jesus Christ, that sounds like a
It
fucking
feels like you would take one
heart
bite
attack.
and it would just like squish out everywhere. Just like you would immediately lose all of it.
Or you leave one end not cut off so that like everything doesn't just squirt at the backside. But the problem being, if you bite into it, it's just going to explode.
just
I
boom.
I hate sandwiches where you can't figure out how to start eating it because like it's daunting to just take a bite.
Yeah, you're like trying to figure out the logistics of how do I eat this.
Yeah, burgers especially when they're like really tall, and
Oh, I
can't
hate
get
it.
my mouth around this thing.
I love burgers.
Little guy with a big cup.
Look,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like
I love
burgers.
burgers, but when they're too big, I'm like, how do I eat this? Where do I
Found an
start? Do I
ocean.
have
With
to
a
cut it
can-do
right?
attitude.
That doesn't sound like a can-do attitude to me, mister.
Red seasoning. That sounds delicious.
Uh,
I liked you better when you were sad.
You know what? I'm glad too, Cloudy.
Glass breaking noise.
I'm up to date on the memes, as kids say.
I'm not.
what?
I am definitely not.
Sorry,
Hello?
what?
Which one is even
I'm-
more fantasy? The hell? Should I think the soft phase is?
Are you not the Ohio Rizzler?
Soft haze.
Shut the
Vice,
fuck up.
Vice. Those are really old memes now.
Yeah, that was
really
that was
old.
last year.
Last year? That's old now?
Yes, it's old now.
Yes. Have you not kept up with meme culture? Shit dies within like a month at this rate.
This year just started. You can't say, oh, that was last year.
No,
I
This year
Vice.
literally
last
can't.
year.
Vice, it would have still been old
I'm
in December.
afraid I can. Exactly.
Memes are fucking old the moment they come out now. Like it's just
Well, that's
The
because
only new
everyone
one I know
drives
is
it into the
6'7",
ground in
and
like the
everyone hates
first
it.
2 months that it happens, and then everyone's sick of it because immediately
Yeah, because
afterwards
everybody's trying to cash
corporations
in on it.
immediately after it's corporations start trying to get in on the joke, and everyone's like, all right, the meme's dead now.
Exactly.
yeah, the corporos are involved. We're done.
Wind chandelier.
And they have yet to figure it out.
Like,
No, they
the
know.
only-
They just try to do it before it becomes stale. Because, you know,
The only
Well-
new meme I know about is the 6'7", and everybody seems to hate that one. So, like,
wait,
what are the memes people like?
I possibly know one source of the penguin meme, and it's not a very. What is the penguin meme?
Penguin mountain meme?
Oh
Remember
yeah, today's
Awkward
memes are
Penguin?
6'7".
Yeah, no, the only current meme I know about right now is the 6'7" thing.
So, like,
6'7".
how can you say the other memes are old if that's the only current meme and everyone hates it? Like, what do you want me to do?
I mean, I
Uh,
think like
Coke seed mold.
I think the main problem right now is that like other shit is happening that is taking people's focus, so they're not memeing.
Yeah.
People are always memeing. There's no way they're not.
Memesters.
memeing.
Nope, not right now. Not with the way things are in the U.S. Not a
Gen
fucking shot.
Alpha does not care.
Gen Alpha is a meme.
True. Fucking
Hi, Jackie.
nerd bird.
Nerdbird
Nerdbird.
Hi,
detected.
Jackie.
Mwah.
Oh, whoa. Hydrate. Oh, that's not the one I saw Cornet. Never mind. That's good. Hi, Jackie.
Jackie's pointing.
Point.
Why are they doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
He's probably
Like right now.
wellness redeems over in Fluff side.
Just hydrate.
We need the purge or another great flood. No, we need a very directed
Oh shoot.
series of events to happen to people
Forgot
in
it was on blue.
charge.
Yeah, you could say that.
I would call it a series of unfortunate
you're
events,
good.
but it's not unfortunate.
Unfortunate
Blue
for them,
auto.
maybe.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
was dreaming.
Squats 6 to 7.
Auto
Yeah, you-
accepts.
Yeah,
You
I'll-
get to
I'll-
choose, Pumpkin.
I'll
Cloudy.
do 6.
Cloudy, what
Yeah, you
you're
would do
what
six.
you're
You're good.
suggesting
1,
there
No, you're
is
good.
just
2,
called Japan.
3,
It's already been done.
4, 5, 6, 7. I did 7.
Oh, you did the whole mile.
I wasn't
pretty
even
jealous
thinking
you
about
know.
it. I was just doing them. We need to be like the French. I'm assuming you're
Yes.
meaning in terms of bullying our government into obeying what we want, but
Yes,
We
I'm
do have
fairly
it
sure
down
that's
to a
what
bit
they
of an
meant.
art form.
They really do.
they just understand. Shit's going bad. Fucking get out your fucking pitchforks and torches.
Fucking real low.
There's problems. It's usually the government's fault.
Either way, not the
Anyway.
focus of tonight.
No,
Yeah, hi.
I'm not even sure where the hell we got started on this line.
It
It started
just
cloudy.
happens. But hello everyone. Hi chat. And welcome to
Hello.
Bruncheons and Dragons. Divine Misfits. Woo! Fireworks. Boo 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 boo.
Even the gods are like, what do we do with these ones?
I am your dungeon master and all of the other people in the world. Snow versus the world. And with me today are the Brunch Bunch. We have Calmarin.
Fuck, why am I being put on the spot? Oh,
You're here.
That's how this works.
You're playing the
Okay.
game.
Hello, I am Cal. I am playing Lark. He is dog.
He is dog.
He's also sneaky boy.
Yes, sneaky boy. And next up we have Argyle.
Hello, everyone. I'm Argyle. You know that. If you don't, you do now. I'm playing Moss. He is a rabbit folk warlock. He is back home in the Feywild. He's dragged everyone along. And he's about to meet fucking Queen Titania of everyone. So he's definitely not freaking out.
Totally. It'll be
It'll be
fine.
fine. It'll be so fine. We'll introduce Ryder Fluff. Ryder Fluff.
Sorry, I couldn't find my mouse. Sorry.
good job.
Like I went to unmute and my mouse wouldn't work and I was panicking.
But introduce yourself and your character.
Hello, I'm Fluff. I'm a kitsune and I'm a bard. And I'm finally starting to embody that classic bard energy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, cozying up with the Lord
Finally.
Q.
Yeah.
Implying you
Finally,
weren't
you mean?
before.
Yes, just casually flirting with the lord of all of our race, but whatever.
Hey,
But
one of them.
them.
Classy.
Yeah, one of.
But last but not least, we have Vice Cream Cake.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
I know what the hell
hello,
it
I'm
stands. Feel free.
Vice. I'm playing a Rex, soon to be King Titania. I am
What?
the barbarian
What?
of the
I was on
group.
blue, which is why this person joined me. Otherwise, I
I'm
would be
playing
on
Rax, soon
orange.
to be
Not that they're-
King Titania.
Hold on a second.
Hey, she
Hold
owes
up.
me a
Wait a
favor.
The favor Rex asks for is your hand in marriage.
Okay, can I be king? There's an empty spot on the throne here.
I think that would be like one of the few things that would give Titania pause.
I feel like
She'd
that
probably think it's funny.
she would probably think it's funny, though. I feel like that has to have happened in the past, where like Queen Titania now has like a bylaws thing in the favors of just like, you're not allowed to ask to marry me. This happens too often.
That would be so goddamn funny.
But yes,
My
last
heart is for Moss's sister.
last session, we heckin' found ourselves finally in the Feywild, in the civilized in-between areas where the Festival of the Courts has taken place, in which the Sealy Court is the one who is currently hosting. Everyone ushered in by Juniper, Moss's sister, was shown the wonders of the festival, with people writing the colors of the rainbow into the sky, people offhandedly shooting magic around and transforming. The Fae
Casually using a
delights abound.
fireball spell as a race starter.
But yes, Rex met with another Minotaur named Balder and decided to do an obstacle course with him, in which he was victorious and gained a favor from Queen Titania.
Yippee.
Astrid managed to meet with the Lord Q, one of the Nine Tails, and
Indeed.
has cozied up with him for some fun.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Moss and Lyric both went over to some potions for a bit of fun, which gave Moss some lie detecting mushrooms and vine arms, and it made Lyric into a lycanthrope. Yippee! Lyric, immediately panicking, wanted to get it removed.
Boring.
I still don't understand why you don't want to be just a little more wolf.
I swear to God.
Speaking of, we talked about it outside of session, and we determined that Lyric did not actually get
It's being
Artemis to
retconned.
remove it. Instead decided that he would actually use the opportunity to
Well,
do some
character
introspection.
didn't necessarily decide it, but you know.
Wait, so what if... Okay, run this by me. If you're retconning it, what did Artemis actually do? Disguise it?
No,
I
we're
like to
just
think that-
saying that like Artemis maybe didn't have remove curse on hand, and
Yeah, either he thought it worked or he was just doing it to, you know, make him feel a little better about it.
Internally, he's like, "Oh, this guy's fucked." Externally, he's like, "Woo, Sparkles, you're better now." Walk away.
high regards. But Moss and Lyric also stopped in with a Black Harengon who was doing some tarot card
Oh, yeah.
readings, and also held on to a very special deck of many things.
I will, for the record, state I was very tempted.
You're just like, it could end up so good or could derail so much.
As we were sitting there, I was running the odds in my head.
Oh, and that's the thing. I have the expanded one, so it's not just the 27 options. It's 54.
Okay, so
Oh God.
before you said you had the expanded, I was sitting there like, there's 27 cards and there's this many bad ones, so my chances are, and then you were like, it's expanded, and I was like,
Just like, never mind.
It's like there could be more good things, there could be more bad things. Who can
Someone has to
say?
tell the queen, yeah, the guy you were gonna meet fucking evaporated.
I mean, at the very least, if you were to like be moved into extra planar space and everything, Queen Titania is probably the one person you would want actively looking
True.
for you.
Just snap her fingers and be like, okay, never mind, we're not doing this.
It's like, oh, again, snap.
Dragul, thank you for the follow. But as everyone settled in for watching some archery while Astrid remained with the Lord Q, Moss and Rax were called up to the palace up on the hill to finally meet with Queen Titania. And as they did, they also met another Kitsune who was choosing to meet with Queen Titania.
Oh yeah.
Someone who had a very similar
Yeah.
necklace to Astrid.
La.
Yeah.
Almost as if the DM is dropping hints.
And his name was
Listen,
spelled.
my schedule's kind of full right now. I need you guys to give me the cliff notes later.
And his name was
Astrid's
Lockeke, right?
Yes, Locke.
Yes.
Whereas one of the fucking goblins we had met before was named Locke,
also
but I think it
named
was
Locke.
spelled different.
Yeah, no, that's just normal Locke, L-O-C-K.
Oh my god, okay. Wait, don't we know that guy? No, I think that's a different guy. Oh shit.
But
Oh, kind of like how there's other Mosses out there.
but Locke seemed to be dealing with something with the Queen Titania. Things maybe didn't go the best, but he was still in the process of seeing it through. And as Rex was called up to see to his favor, that
Sweet.
is where
That's
we'll
very good.
move back in.
Yeah.
I couldn't help that I had
Whoa.
work.
It's fine.
But it did
You
give Vice more time to
fuck.
think over the question.
Which was nice. I think I needed that.
You got all the-
Wow, so fucking aggressive. Damn.
Huh?
Snow. Her response to me saying, I had work, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
It's time to get right the heck in there, you bitches.
Get in there.
Hey, only one of of us is both female and a canine.
Wait. Who are you?
Oh my fucking god.
I don't know.
Rax.
And they're fights.
That's me.
You step through the large set of doors and step into a grand hall. You see intricate tables and chairs sitting around, grand bookcases with tomes and books and scrolls and collections of leaves that seem bound together. You see a grand display overhead of jeweled flowers, and
Ooh.
in the middle of it all, you see a very tall woman. She stands incredibly large in the space, almost past 10 feet tall. There is this air around her where other Fae you felt general chaos, general lightedness and everything. It's almost amplified and restrained just being in her presence. You can feel that energy just exuding off of her. It's like she glows without a light. She is currently standing before a large wading pool that sits between you and her. behind her is a large throne that seems to be made of curving vines and flowers and blooms that just spreads out over the back wall. And she watches you.
Rex will come forward as close as he feels he's able before getting down on one knee and holding this statue upwards. It's like, it's an honor to meet you, Tanya. I'm sorry if I don't know the customs of this land, but I've heard a great many things about you. So thank you for your time.
She steps forward, placing a foot on the surface of the water, it rippling outward. She walks across the surface, opening her hand as the statue pulls out of yours and floats over to her. You look at her, and this is a woman of impossible beauty. The lines of her face are somehow the most perfect. It's like normally if you would see someone of the lines of the face, of the curvature of the body and everything, you would think perhaps enhanced or anything, but there is something unmistakably organic about everything about her. She steps forward, long wispy robes dragging behind her in the water as she finally crosses the pool, holding the favor in her hand as she looks down at you. Golden eyes shining through the space. Rex Salare. Welcome to my court.
You're aware of who I am, then?
As I am of all who enter my domain.
So I see. Do you know much about me, or just who I am?
I know you are lost, and it is curious that you have been granted a favor of me. What, pray tell, does one such as yourself seek from someone of my standing?
Well, I was thinking about this for a while. At first, I thought maybe I can get answers from you. I've been seeking something called the Eye of the Maze for most of my life. Recently, I saw glimpses of my family and my homeland. Stuff I don't have memories of, but are locked away somewhere. At first, I thought maybe I can get that from you, but the more I think about it, the less it feels right. I feel like I'm on track for finding them now, and I think it's something I can do on my own. But there's things I can't do on my own. So, if I could ask anything from you, it would be a blessing of protection. Something to help people I can't save. If you could do that for me, a way to help me save people who might be on death's door. There's nothing I dread more than losing my friends in battle. I've already had to watch people die.
Death is a natural part of life. You would seek to defy this for Your heart?
I'm not sure. I know I can't defy death entirely, but if I could even give one of my friends a second chance, then is that asking too much? To ensure protection at least one more time? If any of us couldn't see this journey through, it would feel hollow by the end. I'm not asking for you to make any of us live forever. That's far too much, but some sort of protection, some sort of insurance to make sure that we can make it as far as we do. Is that too much to ask?
What you ask is a favor of Queen Titania, and nothing is beneath me. She extends a hand towards you and taps her finger against your wrist. As she does so, you see a cord of twisting vine wrap itself around your wrist. And then from the back of your hand, a flower blooms open and then grows about 5-10 times the size until it's like a shield on your arm. This will be your boon. You are not a healer. You are not one who bends the will of magic like so many in my domain. You are a warrior, a defender, and this is my gift to you. Now, Vice,
Mhm.
this is a magical artifact.
Okay.
That is called Petal Savior. Not only does this grant you a permanent +1 to your AC,
Ooh.
but utilizing a reaction up to 2 times a day, you may go 30 feet when someone else is about to be hit and take the damage yourself.
Okay. So if someone's within 30 feet, or I gotta move an extra 30 feet?
You will get to move a 30 feet specifically to try and take the blow.
Okay.
Quite literally a get down, Mr. President.
Mhm. Max bows his head down like, thank you so much. I'll make sure to use this blessing as best I can.
I'm sure that you will. Now, do go enjoy the festivities. Someone of your stature deserves a break.
Yeah, I've already had a good time with them. You host a mighty fine festival. I was curious, is it exclusive? Moss's sister Juniper said she wasn't able to join. I feel bad that she couldn't.
You would ask something else of me.
Only of your own volition. I know better than to ask for a second favor.
I will grant it to you, but I would desire a favor in return.
Ooh, making deals with Faye.
Ooh.
Kitty Faye. Oh my
Not
god.
not just any Fae, the queen of the Fae.
Exactly.
Rex kind of stops to think about this for a while, and this doesn't actually count as accepting something from a Fae, so as far as he's aware, this probably isn't a bad thing. So she lifts his head like, a favor? I suppose I can do that, given you're doing one for me. What would you ask of me?
It is not something that I will cash in this moment. I will call upon you.
Ooh. An
A
unspecified
flank
favor.
check. Oh god.
An unspecified favor for a
Debt to
future
the
point.
queen.
Like,
I mean, out of every Fae you could have gotten that deal with, probably not the worst.
yeah. He kind of like nod his head and push himself back in his thing position. Like, all right. I understand. I'm assuming Moss might have had a similar deal based on the date thing he's always on about. Speaking of which, I don't want him to be late to that, so if that's all you need of me, I can send him in next.
Please do.
Be nice to him. He's a nervous wreck. And Rex will kind of turn around and start leaving the room.
Oh my god. You can't.
You can't just. That is.
And you
Be
step out
fucking
of the door.
This man is too dumb to fully understand who he's talking to.
And Rex will kind of like give a thumbs up to Moss, like, all right, buddy. It's your turn.
He he sees Rex come out with this shield, and he just, oh my, that's is that what you asked for? That's quite impressive.
Yeah. I decided that I don't need a way to find where I'm going, because I think I already have a good shot. I believe in myself more. This is to make sure you're all safe. No one else has to die.
Well, that's very noble of you. And he looks at it for a moment longer, and he goes, "Is it attached to you? Can you?" He like leans over. Are you able to remove it?
I haven't tried.
Oh no, it is attached to you. Like the vines have grown into your hand.
Oh, that seems very uncomfortable.
I said a permanent +1 AC.
When you described it, I was immediately like,
Is it like all
When I said permanent, I fucking meant it.
Oh no, like it can like reduce down just to like a little bulb on your wrist, but it is the thing of this thing is attached to you.
Well, at the very least, it can, change size.
Yeah,
he
so
doesn't
it's not
know
like
that
God,
yet,
you're a plant
and
now,
that's
buddy.
beautiful.
Yeah, no. He just got this.
Can't
Yeah,
believe
blah,
Rex got turned into a plant.
He's a
Guess I
fucking
haven't tried.
Bulbasaur.
Are Moss's arms back to normal yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I could imagine.
Imagine walking in to see the queen with vine arms and
Yeah, like-
mushrooms.
That's
fucked
why
up.
he specifically asked Artemis to be like, "Could you fix these?"
It's like, no.
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
But he just kind of goes, well, I'm sure you'll figure that out. And then
I'm sure it'll
He-
be fine.
he turns to look up at the door, and he stands there for a second, and he stares at it. He just takes a breath in. Well, then I guess it's me. And he like straightens out his coat and brushes it down a little bit. He's fidgeting. He stands before the door for a moment, and he takes a breath and lets it out, and kind of to himself, he just goes, "Well, it's now or never." And he he dips his head and he pushes the door forward and he steps through and gently closes it behind himself.
The echo of the door closing fills the space. Queen Titania is turned away, standing now between you and the waiting pool, looking down into the waters. She does not immediately say anything as the silence fills the space.
No, you're gonna give this poor rabbit a fucking anxiety attack.
Moss, closing the door, he stands for a moment, just like regarding like her back. I mean, she's not facing him or speaking, but like for his kind, this is like gazing upon the physical form of God. Like even just being in her presence, he's a little like awestruck. Um, and it feels almost wrong to break the silence, but he also knows that it is equally rude to do nothing and just leave her there, because she is doubtless aware that he is there. And so after just a moment, even though he is like he like takes a second to compose himself a little bit, even though he is like his heart is racing and he's like trembling a little bit, he eventually pulls himself together and strides forwards to a point, not like right up behind her, but to a reasonable distance, and then um, he sweeps into a very like an incredibly low bow, um, and holding it, he just finally speaks up and he just says, "Your Majesty, it is an honor to be in your presence this evening."
Who are you, Moss Bramble Spring?
He is
Yeah, you
like his
notice
face is
you notice a like detectable like edge to her voice.
he yeah, like that cuts through him, and even though he's like looking downwards, he jolts, and like his eyes go wide, and immediately it's like immediately his heart is racing, is like just spiked, and he's like fighting to like control his breathing, and he's for a few moments he struck dumb, and like kind of his worst fears come creeping back in. Um, but sensing the tension in the situation, he slowly looks up and straightens himself up, and he goes, Who am I, Your Highness? Um, well, I am myself. I am uh, a scholar. I am trying to rise to the circumstances in which I find myself. Unclear as they may be to me.
I have heard much talk recently of who you are. A bright young fae, a student, a scholar. I've seen reports of varying degrees as my fae have watched you. And all come back with the same reports. That despite it all, there is some light that they cannot avoid when witnessing you. Your professors had theories, but I wish to witness you myself. And with this, she casts her robe in a large circle, twisting around to look down at you.
Moss is when he had bowed, he went down on one knee, and he's still there, but now he's staring up at her like wide-eyed. He's slightly agape, just having been told, oh, you've been watched and everything, and he's just like internally going like, oh God, like they've been monitoring me. And then at the mention of his professors and these theories, and he looks in the depths of his eyes, there is confusion and alarm and and like fear and more than a little frustration because he's embroiled in all of this, and he doesn't quite understand why. Um, but being here in her presence, he's more on edge than anything, and it takes him a good a good few moments as he stares into the face of the lord of the 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 Sealy, of his very people, and then he eventually he goes, oh, I should probably, like, I need to talk and things. um so he kind of he works his jaw for a moment, and he swallows, and he looks up at her, and he just says, I I I have wondered ever since I received your invitation 2 years ago how and why I would receive such. How someone as such as yourself would even know of me. I was just a student then, and even still, I'm finishing my, or I had set out to, I'm still on the quest. I had set out to finish my studies, and I've become embroiled in events and scenarios that I still do not understand. And again, I hear that there is something about me that others see, this spark or light, as you have put it. And I am truly perplexed for whatever it is that is seen. I I do not feel any different or special, I suppose. So whatever it is this is projected upon me, I I cannot simply avail of it to you. I can only hope that seeing with your own eyes, you may make some sort of sense of it that I have yet been unable to.
The entire time you talk, her eyes are like darting over your form, taking in every detail, listening. She frowns for a moment before rehearsing it into a more neutral expression. So the theories are true, then. Moss Bramble Spring, you have dealt with these claims. You have been kept in the dark. But no longer. The Feywilds are changing. Something is changing it. And that something has prompted a change in you. Something that may shake up the very fabric of our society. You have a seed of divinity in you.
Oh.
A sproutling of godhood.
You fucking stun locked him. God damn.
No, I had to fucking look away from chat. Um,
Oh my fucking
Can't
god,
imagine
Cornet.
why.
That's something I would imagine Lilt saying. God fucking damn it.
um, yeah, I mean for quite a while, he is once again back to looking just agog. Although now it's like it's more pronounced. It is like dinner plate eyes, mouth just open, and he's just staring. And at a certain point, she says it, and at a certain point, like internally, it's just like the tinnitus takes over, and everything just kind of goes boop for a little bit. Um, and then some little tiny composed part of himself starts screaming into the void, and eventually he blinks a few times. He closes his mouth and opens it as if to say something and doesn't, and then kind of words start and it turns into a cough. And he just "D- div- divinity, your grace, I sure surely that cannot, not to question your powers, but me, I don't,
The Fae,
how
the Fae have never had a god. We
I
were enough. But, as I mentioned, something is changing. And you have been carried in with the tide. You are becoming something more. I do not have the answers for you, and that is a very unique brand of frustration for me.
he he can set, I mean, very now he gets the context and he understands that frustration, and he winces a little bit, shrinking down slightly as like, I mean, just it's like a projected feeling. Um, and he uh, clenches and unclenches his hands, and he's trying to figure out if she doesn't know, she of all people doesn't know, then he certainly doesn't. He's trying to make sense of it. Um, and he goes, I I'm I have been touched by something then, something strange and different and powerful, and he's looked down as he's thinking this through, and he's sort of thinking out loud, and he goes, and you perceive me as a threat or something dangerous to all of this? And he looks back up. It's a statement and a question.
If I wanted, I could remove you. But I know that what is coming will just generate another. And that means that you and I must come to an understanding. I do not know how the seed will blossom. If you will become the god of Fae or something else. But I need you to understand. That you will always be a member of this court. And that means I am your queen.
Moss nods slowly in understanding, and he's still visibly shaken and thinking. Um, and there's a little frown that's developed, and he looks. There's like an edge of. There's a slight edge of hurt, but he can appreciate her position. And finally, he speaks up and says, "I no matter what transpires or what what mark or power I bear, this place is my home, and I was raised here. This is where my family is. I may not know what is happening or how it will play out, but Your Majesty, I swear to you, I will do everything that I can, everything within my ability to keep it from harm and protect this place. This is my land and my people, and you are our leader, and I would never willingly bring harm upon any of this. And he pauses, and he frowns more deeply and he looks up again, and this time with a look of like deep conviction. And then he adds, even at the cost of my life, should it come to that.
She stares down at you for a few moments before a thin smile graces her features, and she gently bows her head before turning and walking back across the waiting pond as she speaks over her shoulder. Then I suppose we shall see what god you become.
That actually draws a little smile from him as well, and he can't help but laugh or chuckle softly and then say, I would have just settled for just being me.
Fate is not so kind.
He lets out a deep and tired sigh. And he hangs his head for a moment and he goes, I suppose it is not. All the strings of it that I thought had been laid out before me turned out not to be what I had envisioned them to. And now I am trying to pick my way forward into the darkness without a clue of the path in front of me. I am just thankful that for the moment I am not doing it alone.
You can see her softly glance back over her shoulder before she turns and walks away.
He watches her exit before a moment later slowly pushing himself back to his feet. And he kind of just stares into just kind of a point and of nothing in front of him. Before he just kind of just does like a little chuckle under, just like a single, just under his breath, and he turns to walk back out the door, and he exits the room. I guess it was the throne room.
Yep.
Yeah, he exits the throne room and he closes the door behind him. And once the door clicks shut behind him, he leans back against it and closes his eyes. And then like everything catches up with him, and
Don't throw
like
up.
he can hear his heart in his ears, and he starts to like shake, and he just slowly slides down to sit with his back against the door and his eyes closed. And he's just a mess of thoughts and feelings in that moment. Just he is very much overwhelmed.
Rex, you see that Moss has returned, and
He don't look too hot.
Rex tries to give a little bit of a thumbs up and smile, like, "Hey, so how did it go?" Like, kind of telling that something's not quite right, but wants to hear it from us.
It it takes him a minute through everything, all of the sensation and everything, to even register that. But eventually some part of him does recognize it, and he slowly lifts his head up to look at Rax. And I mean, in his eyes, his pupils are fairly like constricted, and like he looks quite obviously afraid and overwhelmed, and there's just so many things going on there. But he eventually gives a weak little smile, and he shakily offers, "Well, uh, I'm not dead, though I may be the herald of the undoing of everything.
You don't
Or
quite
maybe I'm
follow.
not."
Now I'm more confused.
And he does he leans his head back against the door, and he closes his eyes again, and he just, "For once, I think I may be just as confused as you,
Mm.
if not more."
Was it a tough meeting then? We can go find the others and try to help you relax if it's a lot on your mind.
What he says, was it a tough meeting then? His head stays back against the door. And then he slowly looks down. And he just stares for a moment. And he's like trying to think of what to say, and he can't think of what to say. And then he finally
There's-
just goes, it was a lot. And I don't know what to make of it right now. So I think for now, it would be best to go find the others before
Right.
they get themselves into more trouble. And then he kind of sits for a second, and then he looks down at himself. Then he looks back up at Rax and he goes, though I may need some help, as I think I have forgotten how to use my limbs.
Oh boy. He'll kind of like pick up Moss like a ragdoll cat and just
Carry him.
start carrying him out of the waiting room so no one else has to like look at them.
Yeah,
As you
he's
guys,
picked up,
oh, go ahead.
as he's picked up, he just, thank you. I feel it would have been frowned upon for me to occupy the throne room door.
Yeah, as you guys are stepping away, Locke will like kind of give a little wave and just good luck and give a small thumbs up.
Like, good luck to you, buddy. Hope things work out.
Yes, good luck with whatever it is you're doing. Interesting
Yeah, man.
necklace
Sorry
you
it happened.
had.
Or thankful, whichever.
And on that note, as you guys are leaving, I'm going to take a quick break to go use the bathroom and reorient.
Yeah, me too.
Understandable. I need to fix my blood sugar real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, more sugar.
I need to
I
fix
can
my brain
now
sugar.
I can now read back through chat because I had to stop looking.
Yeah. They'll do that to you sometimes.
Okay, where was the last thing I read? See late. Yes, okay. I realize. So because this is actually
Man. My thing keeps disconnecting. That's that sound you keep hearing.
adopted deity. Don't
That
look
would
to
be
him for
perfect.
divine guidance. He can't help you. Washing shrimp. I don't know why that's so funny. That shrimp.
I feel like Rax is gonna be so happy to talk to Moss about like, oh, how nice she was and all of that, and he comes out there looking like he just got shot, and he's like, oh, maybe I should wait on that one.
I am back.
Hey.
But yes, I needed to lock the fuck in because Queen Titania is intense, and I had to unveil my fucking plot twist 17 sessions in the making.
Also, I'm glad I stopped reading what I did because I would have There was something very funny to me about, in my defense, the only reason I didn't say something like this is because I was in the kitchen washing shrimp. And the thought to me of listening to all of this while scrubbing shrimp is immensely funny.
It's such a mundane thing, but that's so funny. Yeah.
Revelations of God, and just, oh, I better make sure these shrimp are clean.
Scrub the scrimp.
I'm not that surprised, really.
I'm a coward, piss baby. Oh my god. Eli tides filled with dust and silverfish. Look. I won't even. I am not a vengeful god. I will not wish silverfish upon but the most vile of creatures.
I don't think I've ever seen a real life silverfish, only Minecraft ones.
Yeah, only Minecraft ones.
They're little. They're kind of. They're kind of. They're kind of like hill bugs, all kind of, but they got like more feely bits.
Mm.
I know that some people find them like just super gross, but I'm just like, I don't know, they're just scrimbly little guys.
Scrimbly.
No, people find all sorts of bugs.
I think
gross, to be
technically
fair.
they are related to shrimp.
Yeah,
Okay, but Cornet,
Fluff and
that's not saying a lot.
Fluff and Cal are probably both BRBing. It's all chill.
They are cute to me. Yeah, well, that's
Bug gang.
But yeah, see? That just makes me, oh god, that fucking, this was a while ago in Cloudy's chat where I had tagged Lilt in it, but it's a farmer, and he's like zooming in on a fence, and there's the open end of a tube, and it's fucking full of massive, I think they're some sort of wasps.
Oh, good.
And I was just like, nope.
Wish silverfish upon me, Lil.
See, I would, but like, you'd enjoy that.
Glad
That
the coward
bone?
piss baby line got a laugh out of you.
I mean, some part of Moss wants to say that. Just be like, nope, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Yes, Nico.
I'm done with
getting
all
coffee,
of this.
folks, and now I'm back.
You are
Hello.
back. Hello.
Hi.
Just like
Work.
mid meeting with Tiny
Work.
stand up, be like, nope, nope, I'm done. Forget all of this. I'm out.
He
I
just
just
starts
want-
walking out.
Good day.
I just want my
Welcome back.
books. I just want my books. I am
didn't ask.
done.
I didn't ask to be some sort of newborn deity. Fuck this
didn't
shit. I
ask.
am out.
To be enthralled to a vampire, I'm done. Or I'd be like, you can't just leave. Nope. No, I'm leaving.
Just Titania's just like stunned,
Numbing
just
snow
quietly
yum,
stunned,
yum,
just
yum.
watching this just meltdown.
Think the god crisis is over. He's punched out.
The silverfish are cute to me. Well, you're a bug.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, Argyle, how does it feel
Yeah,
to be
thank you.
basically a
Meow, meow,
newborn
meow.
divinity?
I
But
saw
look,
it
this was
coming.
already complicated.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
my first thought was, wow, Valentine has great taste.
Oh, I don't think it's a coincidence.
Probably not.
And by Sealy, I mean unsealy. Oh,
Oh yeah, you. The Sans made a point of that. It's not Sealy, it's Soleil. But I'm gonna say Sealy because it's funny.
I'm just gonna stick with Sealy just because that's just how I've heard it pronounced for the longest time. It's too hard to change.
Yep, change brain patterns.
I have
Mouse
too many
answers
other things I'm
angry
keeping
and
track of to worry about correct pronunciation. But yes, Moss and Rex, you're back out in the festivities. A noodle dragon goes flying overhead. People on colorful
noodle dragon?
rails fly off into the sky.
Wait, so was it
Was
an actual dragon, or was it something like riding on the rails?
No, yeah, there was an actual dragon who just went
There's a
by.
dragon made of noodles.
Like, that around here again. I gotta find Juniper.
Moss, he's kind of still like
catatonic.
like he's not. He's very much like he's been flashbanged, and he's not all there. And he like it's when the dragon goes overhead that he kind of like looks up at it, and when Rex mentions Juniper, he blinks a few times and he turns to look at him. Still being held, he looks at me and goes, Juniper, my sister? I think she left, Rex. What need do you have of her?
Well, I asked Tanya, and she said that it was okay for her to join the festivities.
There's just a blank stare that he blinks twice, and you asked Queen Titania if my sister could attend.
Yeah, I mean, she sounded like she wanted to, and felt bad that she couldn't.
He
But I wanted to make
stares
sure
at
she
him.
could.
He stares, just almost uncomprehending for a moment, and he's thinking about that being asked and then the conversation they just had, and he starts to internally scream, and then outwardly he forces a smile, and he goes, well, any Fae would wish to be at the festival, and it is
Unsurprising.
very kind of you to do that for her. I am certain she'll be overjoyed. And then
You think so? Perfect.
he kind of he stops and he's thinking about it. With everything that's currently going on, he just kind of goes, and I would very much like her to be here as well.
Yeah, I thought so.
Family.
Aw.
Come on, let's go find her. We can find the others too, and all get
Yeah.
together and have a good time.
As Rex starts to move again, he's just like,
The water.
I think you can put me down now. I think I will be okay.
Sure.
He like tentatively moves his legs and he's like, yes, I believe so.
All right. And then he sits them down.
He wobbles for just a second and he puts his hand on Rex's side, and then he takes a deep breath and he's like, okay, internally he's like, okay, the focus right now is finding the others and finding her. So I'm just gonna focus on that and it'll be fine.
Rex debated if he should tell Moss about the favor thing, but he's like, maybe now's not the good time to mention that.
That's future
As-
Moss's
I think-
problem.
As far as Moss is
think he would-
concerned, in his current state, he isn't working out that he got the shield and then he mentioned this, so he's like, that's what he's like. That's why part of why he was given pause is he's like, you used your favor for that.
No, I think he'll have an actual aneurysm right now.
He'll find it out later and deal with it later.
Yeah.
And
Oh
as
yeah, I
they
gave the
start
queen a blank check.
to walk again, and the Moss gets to thinking a little bit, and he's focused on finding these people. He's like, kind of starts mulling over, and while we're here, I need to have to see if I can find someone.
Someone like someone specific, or
No, someone with suitable abilities. I'm certain they'll be here at the festival. Someone, perhaps. But yes, right now, the others.
Yes, well, the last place that you knew where others were, Lurik was sitting down to watch the archery as he freaked out about his lycanthropy. And Astrid was currently cozied up with the Lord Q.
Yeah, Lord Q.
I don't think Rax was there to see either of those, unfortunately.
But Moss was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moss knows where both of them were.
It's okay, I haven't moved.
Yeah.
Lurk's still over by the archery range, though he is like just occasionally just like glancing over to like just see if you guys have come back yet, or if like Astrid has gone off somewhere else. But otherwise, he stayed put.
Yeah, Moss. The archery range was closer to where they were going anyways, so he'll steer them back over that way initially.
As you guys
Yes.
walk up, Lurk will kind of just look over and just give a wave.
Just to be sure, because this you guys discussed this elsewise. Does in this moment does Lurik know it hasn't been removed?
Nope, he has no fucking idea.
Oh, so as far as he thinks,
The
it's
lycanthropy is gone.
okay.
Oh
He
no.
is in for a nasty surprise.
Later on. Okay, that's fine. I just needed to be sure. So they walk over. They approach and
Does he look distinctly different?
No.
Okay.
It is
they
still very
they
much broad daylight.
well,
That
well
is true.
as
Yeah.
far as daylight in the Feywild goes.
It goes.
Not actually a sun.
Like the
I
Feywild is
don't.
bathed in like perpetual moonlight, so it's like
Mm,
the brighter part of the moonlight.
I don't know. I don't know shit about the Feywild.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just
I
like
don't
it's
think
their
anyone
version of
does.
daytime. Yeah, they walk on up to him and Moss will just give him a thin smile and just enjoying the show still.
I got some rather interesting techniques being pulled off here. And the addition of different forms of magic, well, certainly makes for quite the spectacle. He kind of
Moss,
like gives Moss a look over, noting just the just stressed and tense look.
yeah, no, he's not even remotely capable of hiding that.
Bro is
And
haunted.
he does see him appraising him, and he just meets his eyes and gives him this look that like says everything without saying it. That's just like screaming, but also like, please don't say anything. I don't need this right now.
Anything above a 1 on an insight check.
Yeah.
Can't believe we almost didn't come to the Feywilds. Like, I love this place already.
Which is certainly an interesting place.
Moss looks back up to the archery
Mm.
and looks around, and he can't help but smile a little bit despite himself and be like, yes, my home is a wondrous place.
I just gotta find Astrid.
Oh, she's not far. She hasn't moved an inch since we last saw her. Well,
Is she sleeping?
not from her. No,
Well,
Not
No,
on
I
her own, at
imagine
least.
she is very much enthralled.
true, but also, how dare
At the moment.
Hi, she is still over with the other one.
Yes.
Oh, Juniper.
No, the other kitsune.
Is that good? Huh?
I believe his name was
Indeed.
Q.
One of the
Do I
nine
know his
tails.
name?
Yes.
I believe. Did he say his name out loud? to,
He
like,
said his
anyone
name,
other-
but like you weren't around to hear it. But I'm sure it's
Yeah,
just
no
one of
one was
those
around to
things
hear
where
it.
if you ask around the party, you would have.
Well, I guess. Yeah, I
Yeah,
suppose. That's
probably.
valid.
How many tails did the
9.
Kitsune and Rex's memories have?
7.
Oh.
Okay. You see Rex kind of like racking his brain a little bit to kind of remember how, like,
Counting on his
okay.
fingers.
Yeah, it's
1,
like,
2,
oh,
3,
I think we're
4, 5. Okay.
Moss sees him counting and he kind of like, yes, 9. Rax, 9. Yes.
It's like, I was just making sure it wasn't 7.
Why would 7 matter?
Remember when I had my memories unlocked a while ago?
With Darren, yes.
Yeah. I saw Kitsune in there. No idea who they were, but they made some vague, threatening statements. And, they had 7 tails. And unless it's the same one who gained a couple more, I'm sure it's a different
To
one.
remind everyone, this is the Kitsune who seemed to see Rax even in the memory, and like talk directly to
Yeah.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kitsune, I forget, how many tails did Freya have?
5?
Freya has 5, I believe.
I think it was 5,
Cool,
yeah.
Thanks.
It was like 4 or 5, one of those.
Why not both?
Catching up.
On Rax relating this information, Moss is staring at him with slightly widened eyes. He looks down at Lurik.
Lurk will just kind of glance back from like the corner, just give him like a side glance.
And he looks finally back up at Rax. He goes, "Ah, well, I'm sure that is important, and we will determine it at a later time. Right now, we are to gather everyone together for the evening.
Of course.
If we are able to recover our erstwhile bard,
Disentangle
At
her.
all.
Yeah.
Also, give me one moment. I have to use the washroom. Sorry.
How do you
Yep.
define erstwhile?
You said the thing.
Sorry, Rax, what was that?
I said, how do you define erstwhile? Just another one of the Moss words that goes beyond his understanding.
Yeah. What's an Erst?
I'm not even sure if he realizes if he used that. I don't even know if he knows if he used that correctly or not, because erstwhile means former or formerly.
The former bard.
It's like,
Yep.
The
But-
big plot twist. Moss has
Oh,
no
I
idea
didn't
what any of the
know.
words he's saying means. He just has them to sound fancy.
But while all that's happening, we can move over to Astrid.
oh boy.
Oh, goody. Cool.
This is after some things have happened.
Oh
I won't tell.
Can you explain?
no, not on stream.
We shared our chess strategies.
Oh.
Sure.
He took your pun. Didn't he?
Astrid dropped
Yep.
a crumb of something in her lap, and Q went to find it.
Yeah, yep. Yep.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm a bit of a messy eater.
Poor Astrid.
But
Don't worry, I'll be okay.
Q has taken you by the hand and has led you down from the little mountain of bodies and pillows and smokes and vapors and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Amongst other things.
And he's just fluidly guiding you through the party, kind of like taking different drinks from random trays and sipping at them as he's looking back at you.
And of course, I will follow. Mirthfully laughing all the way. Like, oh. Where is it we're going?
Oh, I decided that I've had my fill of this manner of festivity, and I decided that I would prefer to see things on the other end of the party.
Ooh. A more private area, VIP.
And as he leads you through the festivities, you can almost notice the light shifting in the sky, and you come down an incline away from the grassy area, and you come down into what looks like a dark overcast beach. It's very rocky, very much quieter in terms of the general like party atmosphere and everything. You can still see that there are like bonfires here and there around the beach. There are collections of fae, though these seem a little bit different than the other fae. You see blue lanterns hanging from posts here and there. There are colorful jellyfish that are just floating through the air. A
Fancy.
strong wind carries through everything. Welcome to the beach of the Unseelie.
I recognize that as the. Would I know what Sealy and Unseelie are? Because those are like common knowledge, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that's common enough about the Fae. Like, usually with the Fae, there are many different overarching courts that see to different things within Fae culture. The most prominent of which being the Seelie and the Unseelie. The Seelie
Yeah.
being light and chaotic and many of the brighter feelings, whereas the Unseelie are seen as more cold, logical, darker feelings and thoughts and ideas.
Indeed. I meant more in the sense of like, would Astrid know that in character?
Yeah, like I said, it's
Oh.
it would be a decently understood thing, like
Okay.
because these are the most prominent Fae courts.
Yeah.
The most
then I'll be
prominent
like-
factions, if you will.
Like the Unseelie. I didn't know they had an audience at these festivities.
Hugh heads over towards a an abandoned bonfire and just kind of gestures with his hand, and it ignites up with crackling green fire.
Yo, that's pretty cool. Of course, I'll join him.
Again, I find it so curious that you've stayed separate from Lotus for so long. It is fascinating.
Yeah, quite the tragic tale, as it were. Wouldn't want to bore you with too many details.
Indeed. I'm more curious about your exploits in the mortal realm. I've always had a soft spot for the place. It's brimming with delights.
How to best describe it. They have their hmm. They have their good sides, I suppose. They're very grounded in reality, I suppose you could say. There's your share of honest, good-natured. But as with most places, there's also trickery and treachery. All depends on where you go looking.
Indeed. That is the delight, is it not? The twisting keeps that carry treachery and benefactors alike. The streets overrun with bandits and Samaritans. The dance is quite tasty.
In a way, I suppose. I fear you might get a what's the expression? A rose-colored view of it from the outside looking in. As someone who's traveled it for many years. Of course, many years at this point in my life would probably be a fraction of yours, even still.
I visited the mortal realm occasionally. My work as the Nine Tails keeps me in Lotus more than I would like. So many flavors to taste.
I have to think about this for a moment.
Okay, I'm back. I apologize.
No
Well,
worries.
hello.
We're
Welcome back.
currently with Astrid and Q for a moment.
Yeah, I'm on the Unseelie Beach. Unseelie Beach. Suppose I'll an inquisitive look. Be like, what exactly is the work of the Nine Tails, if I might ask?
The Nine Tails. They are the paragons of our society. Each Nine Tails oversees a different aspect over the Kitsune. I am the Nine Tails of Opulence.
That explains so much.
Give a grin, but don't speak.
Every one of us embodies not just an aspect of our society, but an aspect of the Kitsune. We are an illustrious people. Some of us focus in matters of a martial sense, security and defense, and such boredom. But others are artists, enjoyers.
Hmm. I admit I can be a bit of a hedonist at times. Quite partial to a good melody myself.
Indeed. And you make such sweet music.
Mm. Give a blush. Well, you're a fine musician yourself.
Indeed. And as that is currently going on, we cut back over to the group.
Lovely.
As Moss, Lyric, and Rex begin to try and find Astrid and potentially Juniper.
Well, we know for certain where we left Astrid, so I imagine that is the
We're gonna
easier
check
course.
there first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you head over to the large pile of pillows and throw rugs and hookahs and alcohol flowing. You see a number of fae and a dragonborn and all manner of creatures kind of lounging about, but you do not see the two kitsune.
Lurk just kind of like waves his hand in front of his nose as he gets close. Just all the different smells. Just ugh.
Oh yeah, no, it smells like drugs, smoke, alcohol, sex, like
Oh God.
Why would Astrid be in a place like this?
It's a mystery.
Mo-
She's always such a saint.
Moss just shoots a look up at him with a brow raised. Like, it is very clearly just. Really?
Ugh, she's clearly not here, and I am not sure if I'd be able to pick out her smell amongst all the rest of this.
Yes, well, Moss just gestures to the assemblage. One of them more than likely knows where their lord got up to.
She's been busy,
Also,
I
remember, Polly is supposedly running around keeping an eye on you.
That is
On
also
us?
true.
This is true.
Who is running around keeping an eye on?
Polly?
The familiar.
They're familiar.
Oh yes.
Well, in that case, I will look around for the little familiar.
Well, we don't know that it
Well,
was
yeah, you
watching
don't
us.
know
Oh,
that.
wait, we don't? Oh, I thought it. Never mind then.
It's trying to keep us from cucking her.
No, I just I put him down and said, keep an eye on the party. If they let me know if they do anything or need me, etc.
Okay.
Um, I
Sorry, I
mean,
didn't mean to break the flow.
no, you're fine.
No, you're good.
Regarding this, whatever this like grouping that's going on here, trying to find or look for someone relatively important who might have an idea where they went off to. Um, I guess that would be perception.
Yeah, you can cast perception or
I
roll.
cast perception.
You can roll perception, or you could ask one of the people here, but it is all a matter of what you would like to do.
Moss will put his hands on his hips and narrow his eyes. He's fairly good at picking out like people who he knows how to look for authority in groups of like higher society. So that's 16 plus 21. So it's 21. 16, 5, 21.
You look over the crowd and you can see that, as I mentioned before, there is a Dragonborn who is kind of a part of them all. The Dragonborn is sitting up close to the top. She is decorated in many fine jewels and finery and silks and everything.
Moss spies her, and he kind of goes, "Ah, yes, I think perhaps I have found who we are looking for. If everyone will follow me." And Nesnar was with Lurik, right? Or had he wandered off again?
Yes. He was, I believe he was with me at the archery range.
Yes, he has been quietly following you guys.
Okay, I'm just making sure he is there.
Yes, he noticed that things are going on, but it is the thing of like, he's like, I'm still new, so I don't feel comfortable touching that.
That's fine.
As Moss says, I found who we're looking for. Rax looks and goes, Moss, buddy, that's not Astrid.
Lurk will just kind of snort.
Moss just kind of, he doesn't even look back at him. Just, no, I would be concerned if it suddenly was, but I think she might know where we might find Astrid.
Ah, okay.
And so Moss, having a task at hand, he straightens himself up a little bit, kind of like pushes aside his freak out, and he starts to walk forwards with this air of purpose because he has known that in groups like these, if you walk like you're supposed to be there, people will generally leave you alone. So he starts to cut towards this dragonborn, leading the others behind him.
As you walk, there are just like hands of some of the people in the piles and everything who just kind of reach up and like will brush against some of you.
Moss has his gaze fixed forwards with this like look of self-importance, and he just like with like that practiced just kind of like swats them, just like no, 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 no.
Rax gives a couple of them a high five as he passes by.
Lurk is just
The moment you give the high five, you just hear a hell yeah.
Lurk will just
Away
kind
with
of
ye gooners. Thank you, Lilt.
Lurk will just kind of like aggressively swat at anybody who gets too close.
Yeah, there's Moss like, no, I have no time for you, you peasants. And there's Rax like, yeah, this is great. And there's Lyric like, I will fucking kill you if you touch me.
Rax, well, as far as Rax understands, these people are here to help them. So, like,
Sure.
hasn't put together what exactly they're doing.
But you all reach the top of the pile where the Dragonborn is currently lounged back.
Moss strides up and clears his throat, and he gives a little bow, like semi-formal, and just, excuse me, madam, I mean not to intrude upon your evening, but I noticed earlier that one of our companions was in the company of your lord, and, well, they seem to have retired somewhere, and we needed to find her. If you may be able to direct us or notify them.
She just smiles up at you and like puts her hand forward. Valencia.
Moss, in keeping with everything, he takes her hand and he bows and kisses the back of it. Valencia, Moss, a pleasure.
A pleasure. And now that we are acquainted, the Lord Q went to the beach of the Unseelie.
On hearing that name, does Moss know where that is?
You know that it's probably somewhere nearby in the party. at all of these Festival of the Courts, the main area is always more catered to the court that is hosting, but there's always areas set aside for the other courts. So you would assume that this is they're referring to the area for the Unseelie.
On hearing that, Moss just kind of wryly quirks a brow, goes, somehow, knowing our dear Astrid, I am unsurprised by this. But I do thank you for the information.
Indeed.
We won't tarry any longer and disturb your evening, so I bid you enjoy the rest of the festival. He gives a sweeping bow.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy yourselves too. And do stop by if you wish to enjoy yourselves.
Moss gives a polite smile and just, we shall keep it in mind. Thank you. And then he turns to lead the others away, lest any wish to stay.
No.
Why would anyone wish to say?
Yeah, Ashton's not there.
Exactly.
Simple, very simple. Thank you, Rex.
It's okay. I'm keeping track what we're out here for.
Lurk was very much not about how grabby everybody seems to be and wants to get away from there.
They just want to play chess.
But,
I don't know how to play chess. I'd be a little embarrassed.
As you guys are climbing down from the mountain of pillows, you may all make me a perception check.
oh god.
Perception.
Yay.
Yes.
Oh, that's an
Why can I never
18.
find it twice in a row? 16.
Where is my fucking my die dropped off my desk. Hold on.
That's cocked.
Find it. Find it.
Where'd it go? Oh, I think I found it. Oh. Let's see this. That is a 21.
Beautiful. All of you managed to catch sight of, at the edge of the festivities, Juniper is currently talking to Artemis.
Mm.
Aw.
Wow. Suppose that solves our little dilemma of finding
Made it.
her.
Ah, there she is. Rex will kind of like take a moment to like kind of brace himself a little, clear his throat, and then sort of try to walk over there with at least a hint of swagger.
I did this.
You swagger your way through the crowd. Do you wanna make like a performance check to see how good your swagger is?
Oh, of course.
Please.
I don't have a very high performance, so it's a 1, but
A what?
I rolled a 2 and I have a -1. So yeah.
Oh no.
You kind of walk your way along. It's kind of awkward, and most Fae don't really seem to understand what you're going for.
This is the best
Majority of them
possible
are like,
riddle.
this dude's doing something. I don't know what it is, and I've certainly never seen that before.
It's sure something though.
It's like, keep your distance. He's up to something.
But you manage to make your way over to where the two are.
The rest of the group is following behind him, looking at Rex like, what the fuck?
Why are you doing that? What does this mean?
The new
Lurk
Rax
is
behavior
questioning if he
unlocked.
Lurk is questioning if he hit his head at some point during that obstacle course.
Yeah, they just Moss and Lurk exchange a look like, what?
He just kind of leans over and whispers, "You think he hit his head?"
Everyone knows you.
You mean recently or a long time ago?
Either, honestly.
Yes,
So more specifically, recently.
perhaps. But they right as they draw near, Moss just leans back and clears his throat and walks up and just opens his arms. Ah, Juniper, you are here.
Juniper quickly turns over, just, oh, hi. She like gives like a brief little wave to Artemis, who like bows their head and like takes a step back, sipping from their drink. And she kind of turns and smiles to you all and just, sorry, I hadn't quite taken off yet because I needed to say some things to Artemis, but what's going on? Hi.
Moss just he gives a brief nod to Artemis and then he kind of walks up beside her and putting one hand behind her back, just gestures towards Rax with the other. He goes, "Well, I believe our large friend Rax here has something he wishes to tell you." And Moss just smiles at him. Anyone else will probably get that he's partially being set up here, like he's being a little bit coy, but Rax probably doesn't notice that. And he just, Rax, what is it that you wished to announce to my dear sister?
He kind of hesitates for a bit. Like, Moss can tell there's a bit of like he's not used to this. There's like this nervous energy. He doesn't quite understand. It's like, right. So I met with the Queen, Tanya, and she said it was okay for you to join the festivities. You wanted to come with us to hang out today.
What? she does look like a little like stun locked almost, just like, you asked Queen Titania if I could join?
I mean, yeah, just, you seem like you really wanted to come, and it just didn't seem right for you to be all the way out here while the rest of us were in there, so I
Aw.
wanted to make sure you'd be happy, It felt important.
She looks like a number of feelings rush across her face and like the edge of tears in her eyes, and then she like runs forward and hugs you, Rex.
Aww.
Aw.
Like it just kind of blushes and like just stares like he doesn't know how to react to this, and just
Whoa.
gently hugs back like,
One moment.
Oh, damn.
oh.
Moss is just he's got his arms folded and he's just looking a little bit like a little bit smug, and he just, yes, I understand he even traded away the favor that he won from Queen Titania to do so.
Like, well, and he has to think for a moment, like, should I say that's wrong? Like, I mean, technically, she gave me 2 favors.
Well, that's oddly generous of her, but should the Queen decide, well, it is her choice. Regardless.
Juniper pulls back from the hug and just like kind of holds onto your arm racks and just like, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to go first. Where should we go?
Just, I don't know. I did the obstacle course earlier, but I don't know this place super well.
Well, we were going to the Unsea Coast, searching for the last member of our party, if you wished to accompany us, although I will understand if the two of you wish to peruse at your own discretion.
He just stares at Moss like he's trying to understand his words again.
And
just kind of like lean forward
and
say,
Juniper like blushes a little bit and just like, let's go this way, and then she just like pulls Rax like off into the festivities.
Okay, it's like, oh, we'll be back later. And He is not gonna question any of that.
Yeah.
Lurk will just watch them go with an amused smile on his face.
Moss just smiling, pleased with himself. Just I don't truly think he knows what he's doing.
No, he probably doesn't.
Hmm. Well, good luck to him. And then Moss kind of goes, "We're down one, and we still need to find one. Hmm.
Aye, but we know at least where they are. So, shall we? Kind of gestures towards the direction they were originally going.
Yes, we should at least check in." And then he'll start heading where they were going again. And he's not really concerned. He knows that Rax at least is safe with her.
Yeah, so you guys head down to the Unseelie Beach. You see a rocky coastline with many bonfires around, blue lanterns hanging on posts, colorful jellyfish flying through the air, giving a soft glow over the beach, and a strong, stiff wind moving through in this darker area.
So I
And
did have an idea.
hmm,
Now that I had a minute to think.
yes.
For Mr. Lord Q, as we're talking, I wish to say, to like pause for a moment, and I'll say, right, you wish to hear of exploits in the mortal realms, is that right?
Indeed.
Well, I just had a thought strike me. What better way to convey such thing as through a song, such as they do. Many of their legends and tales live on through songs.
Color me intrigued.
I reach in my pack and I say, well, first little interesting piece is this little pan flute I picked up in the bottom of a mine. Just relay that story real quick. Going in the mine, fighting a spirit, finding the pan flute of a cleric. Play a few notes. Be like, but that's not the right instrument. See what else I have in here. And then pull out the lute. The lute, which had been
As you do,
stashed.
make me an insight check real quick.
All right. Oh, right. I have to open up the dice.
The dice.
The dice.
All right. This is a this is a D&D game, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A 13, and I believe I have 2 insight, so 15.
15. You notice the flicker of something behind his eyes at the mention of a cleric of Lathander, but you can't derive more than that. You just know that some kind of reaction happened to you saying that in passing, but it was gone before you could get any more.
Oh, just make a mental note of that. Catalog it away. I pull out my lute and just give it a little tune. Like, if you'll humor me for a moment, I'll start playing a few notes. And then I'll start playing a song about a legend in the past that had many great exploits. Something they sing at taverns per se, like Ragnar the Red.
The sound echoes across the beach, mixing in with the wind and the crash of waves. And as Moss and Lurik are approaching, you also hear this music coming from the bonfire with which Astrid and Lord Q is sitting.
Serenading, and then some not back to Skyrim. Yep, serenading him. I'll be like, but it's not always a tale of bravery and heroics, and I'll sort of shift into a sad tune about a man who was living the high life but lost it all in the casino or betting, and then resigned himself to being a poor beggar on the streets. A tale of cautionary woe.
Now you have me wondering if casinos would exist in this universe.
Oh,
Wait, no,
gambling
would
does. I don't think
who
an
would exist?
actual casino.
If
Oh,
casinos,
casinos.
Not like as you know them in like modern day, but
Yeah, no, they'd
Yeah, but they
kidding
probably have.
it'd probably be
Gambling
more
houses.
just general gambling halls and just slightly different games.
yeah, I figured something like that.
And then I won't do too many, but me. And then what some might consider the sweetest music of all, and I'll just give them like a sly little look, and I'll sing about a love song
Is it
about a
Buffalo?
yes, a love song about a servant girl and a noble lord. How everyone
Losing
else
his ape. Oh my god,
seemed
Cornet.
it not meant to be, but they were in love and they wished to be together. Now, when I notice the others coming up,
Make a perception check.
yay!
eh.
All right, come on, dice. 2. Nope.
They walk up purely outside of your notice.
Oh yeah, I'm just focused on him while I'm singing this song.
Yeah, we will.
Sweet
The
love
group of
tune.
us will approach and stand just far enough away to not be inconspicuous, but just close enough that
We're not like eavesdropping or anything.
we're visible. I imagine, especially to him, we're visible, and we're just listening and waiting, and
I mean, amongst all of us, Lurk probably stands out like a sore fucking thumb. Dude's 7 feet tall. You gotta remember that.
well, that is true. And Moss is just standing there looking amused.
But yes, Lord Q waits until you finish before he gives a soft round of applause and just excellent. Though I do believe you have captured an audience.
Just look over, see them, and just smile back knowingly. Like, huh, my traveling companions.
Yes, we're looking for you.
Yeah, now that you've
hmm.
noticed, just walk up, and be like, thought you could give us the slip. Not quite so easy. And then Moss will turn to Q and again give a very deferential bow and just, my lord, I thank you for uh, keeping our dear Astrid company this evening, lest she wander off and get herself into trouble.
He's not known for that.
You're not even
Well,
here.
You're not even here.
Nah.
Just be like, trouble.
Just
It's
the
as if you
spirit
hardly
of
know me.
rats.
Or perhaps we know you too well.
No, but trouble is quite fun. I feel that it was my pleasure to spend time with this flower.
I'll be uh slightly, well, not taken aback, just like I wasn't quite expecting that one. I give a little blush, no little snide comment. Just be like, oh.
Lyric just kind of like squints but doesn't say anything. Like, that's an interesting choice of words.
Hmm.
Moss just holds up his hands with a little grin and just, well, I didn't mean to interrupt your evening, merely wished to communicate that our business was concluded, and should Astrid desire, we are free to be rejoined at any time.
Though, there is one point of interest that still remains, as Moss
Oh.
feels the weight of a bookmark in his pocket.
Oh, he has not forgotten.
He's just
Bookmark.
trying to not think about it at the moment.
Yes, there. To remind you, Vice, Valentine had given a bookmark to Moss to give to the Queen of Air and Darkness.
Which
Oh,
requires going
yeah.
to the Unseelie court, which is, I mean, not here, but like he is aware that he can't leave just yet.
But oh no, there's a. She's here.
Oh.
Would they really just invite them? They're
She's
not
here.
like, oh, okay.
Like you feel a particularly strong breeze kind of push past you, like in a direction that was going differently than the wind actually was standardly blowing, and it pushes towards a rather large rocky outcropping on the beach.
Now, is this specifically Moss, or do the rest of us feel this?
Oh yeah, you all feel the wind.
Hmm.
On feeling that gust, um, it kind of interrupts his thought process, and Moss looks up and over curiously and kind of stares at it for a moment. Then he kind of puts two and two together and goes, ah, interesting. I hadn't
Sorta.
assumed
Oh.
that they would be here at this event. That's most
Lyric just kind of
peculiar.
looks over at him and just like, speak plainly.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not the only one.
You're not here.
You're not here.
I know.
Go entertain Juniper. Um,
Keep forgetting.
um, Moss will kind of look back and go, well, this is the Unseelie, the coast, and well, you know, for the summer court is of the Seelie Fae, and there's uh, the our opposite, shall we say, in the Unseelie, And
But
there,
Lurk, he'll just kind of like gesture to get to the point. I'm aware of the two major Fey factions of the Feywild.
yes, and as we have Queen Titania, there is the Lady of Air and Darkness,
Yeah.
who is their leader. And I had not expected, given our complicated relations, that she would be here.
Well, I can imagine even they would enjoy festivities from time to time.
I suppose it is a peace offering of sorts.
Tis all well and good.
Just musing this here in front of Lord Q.
Oh yeah, Lord Q's watching all of this, like gently biting a finger, just like just thoroughly enjoying.
At some point in like looking around and talking about this all, Moss clocks that expression and just kind of looks him up and down with that look of like, "Fuck are you doing?" Like he's like, "You like, are you being a freak? Like that's good."
Lurk is just purposefully ignoring it.
Moss does. He makes this explanation, but he keeps glancing over, and he seems distracted by this. And he goes, "It I hate to be rather rude and um, interrupt like this, and then attend my own business. But if you would all wait here a moment in the good Lord's radiant presence,
Lord Q chuckles and actually stands up and just actually I believe I have some business to attend. I think it would be quite fascinating to hear a story about the Queen of Air and Darkness later. He winks towards Astrid.
I'll just be like, before you go, might there be one more thing I could ask you in private?
Of course.
I just step away for a moment.
Yep, he joins you off to the side.
I'll just
well, really quick, while she's doing that, she pulls him aside. Moss just looks to Lyric and Esner and goes, "Wait here and keep an eye on them. I will be back in but a moment." And then he heads the opposite direction to head towards the the rocky outcropping. But sorry, go ahead. I just wanted to make sure that was he was doing that.
yeah. Sort of pause for a minute and be like, forgive me if I'm imposing or assuming, and maybe it's nothing, but sort of, well, you seemed rather interested for a second when I, to pull out the pan flute, when I mentioned this. Uh, is there anything to it?
Oh, not the flute specifically. It just reminded me of someone.
Oh, all right then. No worries. That is all I wanted to ask.
Of course.
I believe you are a busy man, and I wouldn't want to keep you, but it has been a very pleasurable evening.
Absolutely. He takes your hand and kisses the back of it before giving a flick of his silk robe and then stepping away.
Bless you.
And as you finish, you
Flutter.
see that Moss is taking off down the beach, trying to leave you here.
Yeah,
trying to
well, what else is new?
abandon them. He's just like, I gotta deal with this.
Yeah,
Lyric has
well, what
just
else
been
is
kind
new?
of standing there, just like pinching the bridge of his nose, just oh, it's like hurting fucking cats.
I'll rejoin. I will rejoin lyric. Not lyric. Lyric.
Lyric,
Like
what?
lyric. Yeah, lyrics. Like, so, what's his problem?
Clearly, he has some business amongst his amongst the Unsulay.
Nesnar
No,
Nesnar does like think for a moment. It's like, didn't he say he had an invitation with Titania? Why? If he had an invitation with Titania, why is he going over there?
I have a theory, but I have no concrete idea.
Hmm.
So we're not gonna check on that, or we're just gonna let
I
him.
wonder. Polly.
Uh,
Where's Polly? I'll cast my mind
I
out and see if I can connect with him.
well, I don't know how inconspicuous you two can make yourselves, but I wasn't just going
Instead
to
of
leave him.
grin. I
The-
have an idea.
Polly is currently. Let's see. Was Polly following the general group, or was Polly following a specific person?
I think it was the general group.
Yeah, I said follow the group. So if they split up, he'd have to pick one.
Yeah, because like whenever you initially sent them off, like the group had kind of fully split up. So I'm trying to like map out in my head where Polly would be by now, because
I would probably most likely mean Moss with my intentions, although I don't think I specifically said it.
yeah.
Well, your familiar should be able to know what your intentions are, right?
Yeah. So yeah,
much.
Polly is currently chasing after Moss.
I'll just sort of
Yeah.
chuckle and be like, "Oh, good. That's exactly what I was going to tell him to do. Keep tabs for me, would you, Polly?"
This poor rat is running after like these fucking
Yeah,
people keep moving around.
All right, give me 1 second. I need to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do that real quick too.
See, Fluff has a rat gonna sneak around. I'm planning
Rat
on
jam, rat
sneaking
jam.
around myself.
Oh, no.
Rat jam.
Listen, Lurk has been unbelievably bored since he since the little fiasco with the drinks. Like, yeah, the archery range was interesting, but ever since that,
Should have won a contest and met the queen.
how was I supposed to know what the prize would have been?
I didn't. I still did it.
Yes, well, he was more interested in the fancy magic drinks, and he's going to regret that later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's that working out?
Well, he regretted it initially, but he's going to realize he's going to regret it more later.
Hmm.
So,
Not well.
but at the moment, he is unbelievably bored and tired of just standing around.
Understandably so.
I return.
Hello, hello, hello.
Thank you. Thank you, Bork.
I'm back.
Or pork.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Yay.
But yes.
As the familiars also chasing off after him, I would also like to kind of follow him discreetly.
I'm going to do the thing where I look through the familiar senses.
Mm-hmm.
Millo vision.
As that happens, we move over to Rex and Juniper.
Oh boy.
Yay! Yo, Rax's new girlfriend.
Wonder Moss is gonna take that.
Wish I had a fancy magic
Yeah, I'm
trick.
dating your
I want to
sister
roll. I want to
now.
gamble. Oh, Lilt.
But yes, Rex, you and Juniper begin making your way through the festivities, like stopping at different stalls and looking over the many intricate little creations and magical things that are for sale. And she just like, she doesn't seem to fully know what to do with herself. You can just tell in her kind of energy that like she's just kind of looking around at all as like I never expected to be here.
Like
Just, I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far.
Like it's quite amazing, isn't it? I've never seen a place quite like this.
I know, it's I mean the Feywilds are usually a certain degree of this, but it's like everything's been dialed up a few settings, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the most I've ever been to is like a small little town like Phandalin, which it's nothing compared to all this. And I thought Phandalin was really nice, honestly.
What's Phandalin like?
Oh, at the time I thought it was big, but I guess it's actually fairly small. There are a few shops, bunch of houses, some inns, a lot of friendly people. There are some problems there, but we helped take care of it, and everyone was so nice to us afterwards. I learned you can make drinks out of apples. And at the time, I thought that was mind blowing, and then I came here, and makes you really realize just how little of life I really knew about.
She laughs a little bit and just like, if you think making drinks out of apples is cool, I should show you all of my teas. Like she like
Oh.
she pulls a little like bandolier thing off of her hip and like opens it, and there's like
Oh boy.
there's a little
She
like
is always ready.
there are just layers of like little like packets and everything, and she's just like, it's like, this one I got from, this is mint tea, this is blood orange tea, this is lemongrass, and just like starts just rambling.
She has the kind of autism that makes her obsessed with tea. Got it.
I love the fact that she is always packing and ready.
She's always fucking ready for tea time, motherfuckers.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. What is it exactly?
Tea?
Yeah.
Oh, it's oh gosh. So you take you take water and you steep it usually with a collection of like dried herbs, and the flavor from it suffuses into the drink. You can have it warm or cold. You can prepare it a number of ways. It's wonderful. I love it.
And it just kind of like slumps and smiles and just kind of listens to her talk. Like, he doesn't fully understand everything, but he's just kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, she begins like as you guys are wandering through, she starts rambling about like, it's like, oh, and I serve it all at my tea house. Like I've put a lot of love into it. It's so open air and everything. You get a lot of the sense of the flowers and everything around. I try and grow a lot of stuff. I like everything to feel alive, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Like the Fey world can be so like so crazy and big concepts and everything, but like I love the feeling of just feeling alive and having that like a warm breeze where everything smells like the most wonderful scents.
It does sound really nice, honestly. Being out in nature's been, well, it's been a lot, really, but I have really started to appreciate it more and more the more I've been out here. At first, I felt kind of lost, but I feel more like I'm exploring, which is similar, but it feels better, you know? Like, I'm lost, but purposefully this time. It's weird, I know, but I haven't quite lived a normal life until recently.
I
But now
get
I'm not sure
I get
that-
the idea though. Like I don't really know what you went through before, but I definitely understand that feeling of purposefully lost.
Yeah. It's kind of nice, really.
Yeah, not knowing where you're going, just winding up somewhere.
That happened to you too?
All the time. Some of my siblings like to say that I'm in my own head a lot and just everywhere, but it's nice.
Yeah. I feel like I heard Moss mention that to me at least once. But about me, not you.
She's like staring at you for a second before she like blushes and looks away.
Not that I did it wrong.
No. You're fine. You're great.
Oh, thank you.
Bless you.
Yeah. I'm glad you could be here, really. I felt really bad when I knew you couldn't come.
No. You just met me though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just liked the way you said stuff and the way you acted and the way you look. It just, I don't know, it made me feel happy, and I just wanted you to be happy too. Don't really know how to express it very well, but that's the best way I can, I guess.
She's staring at Rax and just like blushing harder but refuses to look away this time. And just like clings to your arm a little more as you guys go about the festivities.
He's also going through a bunch of emotions he can't quite process. Like I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It feels right.
Yes, from there we move back over to Moss as you stand outside of this rocky outcropping. You see a figure emerge from the darkness, a suit of armor with, from the neckline you see a glow coming from it as a headless suit of armor steps forward to you and looks down at you.
Dulahan.
Uh, is this, given everything Moss's experiences, is this figure immediately noteworthy? Like, would he know who this is?
Not specifically. You do know that Dulahans are members of the Unseelie Court and everything, but you don't have a specific idea here.
Fair, but it is safe to assume this is a guard. Moss, he stops a safe distance away, and he fixes this figure with a relatively firm stare, or firm expression. He's not like super happy or comfortable right now, but he's trying to downplay the nerves and be like, I just want to get this done. He bows his head a little bit in recognition of this figure, and just bids him just good evening. I have been sent with business for your mistress. I'm to deliver something into her possession.
Those who seek audience with the Queen of Air and Darkness must earn their audience.
And how might one earn such an audience?
It draws its halberd and then slams the butt of it down onto the ground. Instantly, Lurik, Rax, Astrid, Nesnar, and Juniper all appear suddenly, standing behind you, Moss.
Lurk is just completely startled out.
Like
'cause he was
real or
watching-
illusions?
No, yeah,
I
real.
ass-
You've just been
I assume we
teleported.
were
shit.
just yoinked.
Everybody has been grabbed.
And I really like that. What the? Whoa, what the? What's going on?
Juniper just like
Oh, fine, laugh. and I won't take
floofed up a
joke.
little bit with like greenery at the edges. She's like, huh? What? You will be tested by the caves.
What?
The what?
Moss, on them appearing, Moss like turn. He doesn't like fully turn. He like twists to look back, and he sees everyone, and he looks deeply displeased, and he's just. Of course, this couldn't be simple.
Lurk just kind of stares at him. He's like, "You're crazy if you thought I was letting you go on alone."
Like, what's going on? Am I crazy for not understanding what's going on right now?
Moss gives a pained sigh, and he goes,
Ah,
"No,
fuck, I was muted.
you are not, Rax.
It's
I
like,
was
what?
given
Moss, what have you gotten us into now? Sorry, I was muted, but I said that.
I was I was given a task to deliver an item to the Queen of Air and Darkness, and I had hoped that I might be able to simply do so. But it would appear that is not the case, and it would appear that you have all been dragged into it along with me." He looks to Juniper, and like he looks concerned, and he's like, although you, I don't. He turns to look back at the sentry. Just she is not part of our traveling party. That must she really be included in this trial?
The queen has determined it.
Of course she has. He looks back and he just, I'm sorry, Junie. We'll do our best to keep you safe.
Like, can you defend yourself?
A little, not. I'm nothing crazy. But it's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. Stick by me. I'll keep you safe.
Moss actually gives Rax an appreciative look and just, please see that you do.
Of course. He kind of lifts his arm as the shield sort of forms over it.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
Thank you.
Where'd you get that?
Favor from the queen. Couldn't think of a better thing to ask for.
Oh my, that is curious.
Lurk is just kind of grumbling to himself off to the side, just damn monarchy and their fucking.
The Doulahan steps back and off to the side and then gestures with the halberd towards the darkness.
What, just the blackness behind him?
Oh, you notice that, like, as it starts going into the outcropping, like, it forms a, like, almost physical wall of darkness that you can't see through.
Right.
Well, I suppose it is fitting for the Queen of Air and Darkness.
right. Go from us.
Right,
Let's go.
Polly, with me.
The poor fucking familiar finally getting to rest.
Nope. No
He's
rest.
fine. In fact, he wants to go into the darkness, don't you?
Terrified
Being
squeaks.
familiar. Yeah.
And with that, do all of you step into the darkness?
I mean, we
Mhm.
don't really have much of a choice.
I'm just making
Like send the rat
sure.
ahead first.
You can throw a fit if you want to, but
Like, why don't you go take a look, Polly?
The moment that Polly steps through the darkness, Polly disappears.
What?
oh,
Huh.
You didn't really think it would be that simple, did you, with the queen of the unseelie?
Hmm.
so what is an unseelie anyway?
It is the other major faction of Fae in the Feywild.
Means you can't
As
see them,
we
clearly.
as we are brightness and expression and life, they are everything we are not. They are the opposite.
So be on our guard. Got it.
Hmm.
Well, Moss regards the darkness, and
Well, they wouldn't just send us to their deaths, right? Send us to our deaths, right?
We won't die. That's why they sent us.
for once, I share the big one's uh, what's the word I'm looking for here? I just thought of
Bravado.
it.
Sentiment?
Confidence.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna rope in here somewhere. Like dig around in my backpack,
Oh.
and I get a rope. I tie the end around my waist, and I hand the other end to Lyric, and I'm like, "Here, hold on to this."
All right. He'll just kind of grasp it firmly.
He'll take a step into the
Firmly
dark.
grasp it.
The moment that you take a step into the dark, the rope goes slack. Lyric, do you pull it back in?
Oh,
Fuck it, why not? He'll just kind of just like flick it back.
Yeah,
I assume there's
it
nothing on the other
limply
end.
comes out.
Like,
Astrid's gone.
Moss just
Oh.
sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose, and he's like, "A fair thought, but look, we all should just." He just gestures. He's like,
Lurk
"I've gotten
doesn't
you into
even wait
this. I
for
will
Lurk
get you
does
through it somehow."
Lurk doesn't even finish, like wait for him to finish speaking and just starts walking into the darkness.
One by one,
Oh no! What if we held hands?
one by one, each member of the party steps through into the darkness and vanishes.
what if all of us vanished? Who's there to see us vanish?
What do I?
The
Yes.
The
Doulahan.
Doulahan. The Doulahan
Yeah.
sees us vanish.
I'm just gonna point at the fourth wall and be like, "You did."
Try throwing another rat in. We don't have any more rats, Lil.
We'll throw you in.
We're out of rats. No.
Rax,
Hi.
you step out of the darkness and find yourself in a cave tunnel. You can see that there are cutouts in the sides of the tunnel, almost like windows that peer out into pure water as the reflections cast around the cave. The darkness seems to fill the space, but you can still comfortably see. But you are alone.
And let me check something really fast. I gotta remember how to spell work exactly. Okay. Rax is gonna take a deep breath, cast thaumaturgy to increase the volume of his voice by 3 times the normal amount, and just kind of call out for the others to see if anyone can hear him, or at least give them a place to center on if they can hear him.
You call out through the tunnel, and you can hear it echo down and down and down. And then weirdly you hear it echo back and back and back, and then it's being said right next to you.
Hmm.
But you hear no
Alright.
response.
Part of the test, I guess. All right. Nothing to do but move forward, I suppose. And he'll just start trudging his way forward to see if he can find something to like stand out.
As you begin moving down the tunnel, you start to see things like little flickers in these cutouts in the tunnel, in these windows. You see a flicker of something, movement, and then you hear at the edge of your hearing what sounds like the caretaker. You recognize his voice, but you can't make out what he's saying.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those trials. Rax will kind of quiet down and try his best to like just focus on listening and moving closer.
Make me a perception check.
All right. Ooh, that's a 21.
21.
Yeah, yeet.
21.
You move forward and you find a crossroads, a twisting path off to the left, and then a room off to the right that has a pit that just drops downward. With that 21, you can hear other whispers and noises coming off from the left side. You think you hear Gundren, but you hear the caretaker's voice coming from the pit.
So kind of like pause, think for a moment, trying to weigh like which is more important right now, and without even taking that long, he starts heading towards the left. Like, no, Gundren needs me more right now. The caretaker can wait, and he'll start headed towards where he hears Gundren.
You begin stepping through the area, and you see a rather large cutout where whenever you step towards it, you see yourself standing with Gundren overlooking Nundro's grave. You can't make out what's being said, but you remember the moment that you had with him.
Yeah.
You, as you look at this scene, you can almost feel waves of cool air pushing out of it, washing over you. You remember the feelings of the emotion you witnessed in Gundren's face, the emptiness that had been in Nundro's eyes before they had been closed. How does Rax feel witnessing this again?
Somber. He's kind of like hangs his head. It's like part of him wants to move away again, not bear witness to it a second time, but knowing this is likely part of the trial, he sort of just kind of trudges closer. just sort of like witnesses it again. It's like, "Ugh. If I were there, things could have gone differently. Next time I'll be there in time. This can't happen again."
You see the scene shift. You see a visage of you standing in the cave, swinging your axe and clipping a doppelganger. It's like a slideshow of a fight breaking out between them. And you quickly see yourself get overwhelmed and then beaten down. And then it fades back into that funeral scene.
No, it didn't go like that. I never fought them alone. I wouldn't fight them alone. I have everyone else by my side. We wouldn't be so easily beaten like that.
The scene shimmers. You see a moment of you and the others, but you're arguing, kind of shouting back and forth, making gestures. You can see that it looks like the day where you found Gundren, but Gundren's not there.
Can you make out any of the argument at all, or is it sort of just like muffled voices?
It's muffled, but as it continues, you see a moment where Lurik pushes away from the rest and kind of like seems to shout something to Thorn, and then both of them take off.
Wait a minute.
It doesn't matter if we fight. We'll find a way to resolve it. We always do. You can't fool me into thinking they'll leave me behind. I know better than that.
You hear a voice behind you. Nothing is forever.
And what are you trying to teach me here? If nothing's forever, then I should just value it more while I have the chance, right?
Endings need not be sad. And you see the scene fizzle back. You see Gundren and Tharden working together in the mine, kind of sharing a few appreciative looks between each other, building it up slowly. Just the scenes playing out over days and then fading into weeks. And then you see a vision of your own group. Just going about your business towards the Fey Wilds.
I suppose you're right. Everything has to come to an end eventually, but we've so much left to do. All of us. We've all got our journeys and goals. I'll make sure we can get through them. After that, I don't know. But until then, I can't give up no matter what. No matter what comes my way.
As you say that, the scene seems to cloud over, and then you hear the echo of the caretaker's voice farther down the tunnel. And from there, we move back And we go in to Astrid.
Oh,
luck.
great.
Good luck with your fever dream, sweetie.
So
It is
the
now
line
time
goes
for your
dead.
You
It is
suddenly feel no rope around your midsection and actually hear the squeak of Polly next to your feet as Polly scampers up your leg.
Oh, I'm so glad you made it here. I was afraid you'd been dispelled.
And as
Vaporized.
you stand there for a moment, nobody else joins you. You don't know if they didn't follow in after you or what happened, but
Yep, I'll give them 5 minutes. Just sit around and maybe a couple of minutes.
you
Sit around.
stand there. You are currently in a room filled with
That's
small pools of water, stalagmites and stalactites all around. You can hear the dripping of individual droplets hitting the different pools and echoing through the space.
interesting.
But nobody joins you.
Actually, I wonder, will it let me go back out?
You gonna try to leave?
You turn back the way you came, but you only see a cave wall. There is no wall of darkness anymore.
Well, that's great. That's just great.
I do like how your first thought is, I'm out.
No, I was gonna step back out and be like, guys, are you gonna come with me or see what happened to them? But well, guess I can't do that now.
Nope.
It's gonna be this kind of thing, huh? And may as well look around for clues.
Ooh, make me an investigation check.
And I just remembered my proficiency bonus increased. I forgot to add it to my skill sheet last time.
Oh yeah.
I added it to
Beautiful.
my attack rolls, but not my skills. Let's see. Oh, that's good because that's an 8 plus 3. 11.
11. You begin walking around the cave looking for signs of the party, of what's going on in here. It doesn't take you long before you find a few decaying skeletons laying scattered around.
Ew.
You see most of them are clutching instruments.
Well, this is fine. I guess my first instinct would be, so I sort of start mumbling to myself and cast Detect Magic.
You cast Detect Magic. And it's like a wave hits you.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't casting it outside in the Feywild. I was gonna get flashbanged.
You feel it fill the space, washing over you in like the slow crash of a tide, just in steady waves.
Hmm. All right, going to dismiss that one as an action. Well, something that I had already known. Might as well. Well, it wants me to do something in here, and it seems these instruments are the key. I guess I'll pick one up and study it.
You pick up what appears to be an abandoned lute. It looks very old. The wood is rotted in places, but it still seems intact.
well, if you will, humor Kitsune's curiosity, she's going to cast Identify on it just to see if there's any hijinks about.
You cast Identify. And you hear the same thing that happens to all instruments. Everything fades with time.
Is it like is it like from the instrument, from the cave, or in my head?
Some mixture of all three.
Just frown a bit. Well, clearly they don't know Kitsunes. So there's multiple of these around?
Yep, several instruments dotting the floor.
What do the other ones look like?
You see an old drum. The hide that used to be pulled taut seems to have come loose and is a bit weathered and cracked from a lack of maintenance.
Hmm.
You see the other
Well,
one.
yep, sorry, go
You
on.
see the third instrument is an old horn, one that was probably originally used for cavalry calls and the like, but seems to have been slightly repurposed, but has lost all of its sheen. It's damaged and scuffed and bent in places.
Mm. Now, if this is a little too meta, let me know what I'm thinking of myself. Well, clearly, this is some sort of personal test. And as I have magical prowess, it's maybe testing my magical abilities. So let me attempt to prestidigify and or mend. I'll start with a drum, see if I can mend it back to new.
You wave your hand over the instrument, and the hide repairs itself. With a bit of finagling, you're able to pull it back into place. And it seems
Yes.
functional once again.
Give it a few experimental ba-dum ba-dum bum bum.
The sound fills the space. And with it, you begin to hear traces of a melody
Ooh.
that you quickly remember from that original city that you were with your mother in, the place where you worked.
Ah.
The song was a frequent one.
Let's see. Old drum. Melody in Old City. A frequent one, just for notes. Hmm. Well, seeing as how this worked so well, I'm gonna attempt to do the same with the other instruments one at a time.
One at a time, you carefully piece these instruments back together and bring them back to a form of usefulness.
Mm-hmm.
The wood is no longer rotted. Any frayed strings are now together. The scuffs and bent sections of the metal of the horn straighten themselves out.
Attempt to get a feel for them by playing a few experimental notes on each one.
You pluck at the lute. At first, it's definitely out of tune, so you adjust it. And as you begin playing a little bit more, you hear another tune echoing around the edges of the cave, a little louder this time. That reminds you of that initial inn where you got the message to go to Phandalin. And it seems to mix with the other drumming and then fades back away.
Lovely, lovely. Just noting this. I mean, like, I see what's going on here. So then, I suppose we try the horn next.
You blow on the horn, taking a few moments to figure out the different ways to produce notes with it. And then
Yes.
soon the upbeat and gallant noises of the Festival of the Courts fills and mixes with the other melodies, and it begins to, every time a drop of water falls and hits a puddle, you hear another pickup of each individual song all mixing together around you. And then, all at once, the song stops, the instruments
Whoa.
fall apart, and then fade into dust. And you're alone again.
Hmm. Well, clearly that did something. I guess I'll. A sad song for a sad, lonely soul. I'll pull out my pan flute and play a solemn melody.
As you do, you hear an echo of it coming back to you. And as you continue playing, you almost notice one of the pools begin to swirl a bit.
Continue playing while gazing at the pool, trying to keep an eye on what's happening.
As you look down into it, you see flickers, your mother, your father, Freya, Hugh, then yourself, before the faces disappear. And looking down into the pool, you can actually see that it looks like a tunnel extends from within the pool.
To give a sort of give a wry smile and be like, I seem to have cracked the code. Now I wonder how to sort of pause in my playing for a moment. Does it stay there?
It does seem to stay in place.
Well, clearly this is where I'm meant to be, so I will go down the tunnel.
Yep, you jump diving into the pool and quickly find yourself walking down a tunnel. And we move from there over to Lurik.
Oh God.
Good luck.
Lurik, you
Uh-huh.
find yourself in a tunnel, the space filled with coral and the shelves of undersea fauna, but They all seem to be dried, long since dead.
I want to look around a bit to see if I notice anything else that seems noteworthy.
Make me a perception check.
That is. That is a 17.
You look around the space. You start to notice in between the bits of coral and everything, look like netting, and then a spear lined against the wall. And then you can smell the fire, but the scent, you recognize the scent of the wood.
Curious. What manner of magic is this? I guess I will try and follow the smell towards its source.
You follow the scent. You can see that the tunnel kind of zigzags, the floor of the tunnel kind of giving way to shelves of more coral and decrepit sea plants, having to use them as steps navigating your way now.
Oh, this place is all fucking cheery and shit. He's just kind of mumbling this to himself as he like carefully walks across the corals.
And it doesn't take long before you find the tunnel open up into a larger room with a campfire in the middle. And sitting at the campfire, you see the wavering form of your mother. It looks like she is a maid of water.
He'll just kind of like stare, mildly dumbfounded, and just kind of, what manner of illusion is this? He'll move closer.
You look at her, and at first you're like, is that actually her? And you look a little bit closer, but then you realize that she looks more ragged, more scarred than you remember. She looks tired.
What manner of event could lead you to look like this, mother?
You see her kind of look up suddenly, and you see the watery form of your father step into the area around the fire.
I'll just give a glance over to him and just kind of. He'll just kind of tilt his head again, just wondering what exactly is going on here. Like he knows that they're not actually here. That much is obvious, but it's still not quite piecing together the whole deal here.
You see them. Your father looks concerned, and he's trying to say something. It sounds muffled to you, though, like as if you were underwater and listening to someone speak outside of it. Your mother seems to like quickly rise to her feet and seemingly start shouting.
He'll he'll kind of like flinch back at the yelling, despite how muffled it is. Just kind of looking just confused and unsure. What 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 is this?
You see your mother shake her head, pull out a knife from her side, and just toss it down into the dirt before storming off.
He'll just kind of now, is it an actual physical knife or is it the same appearance as the rest of her?
The same appearance.
He'll just kind of stare down at the knife, just completely lost and confused. He has no idea what is going on.
You see your
He'll look
father
over.
you see your father step over to the knife and gently pull it out of the ground. You see him kind of look at it and rub a finger over the blade.